Your thing.
Bada bing, bada boom. Starting episode 3 of the RumDum podcast. Yeah, I guess first Deadpool and Wolverine, because it's the one movie we're talking about today that we both saw. Let's start. What'd you rate it out of 10? Because we're starting off no spoilers.
Okay,
then,
no spoilers.
No spoilers, then spoilers. So first we'll say whether or not we recommend the movie, and then we'll talk about what we thought about it.
All right.
So what'd you rate it out of 10?
Honestly, I enjoyed the movie. It was fun, but it's definitely that slapstick fun. The only reason, I don't say the only reason, but Marvel fans have all come together and said that they're so oversaturated with Marvel, but all the other movies that suck. And this was just kind of a way of a jubilee, jubilee's not the right word, alleviation. It was kind of like an outlet, a venting of all their frustration.
Yeah.
And they definitely, Marvel and Disney, I should say Disney, capitalized on that, and which they should have done. And so they smashed box office records. So it was a good movie. I liked it. It cannot be an 8 for me just because of the nature of the movie. I'm a little picky with my movies. I just know it's shtick, and that shtick for me can only go so far.
Yeah,
I'm a little biased. I'm a little biased a little bit of that.
How much you're going to enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine kind of depends on how much you like Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool's sense of humor and how they write and their sense of humor. A lot of it is going to hinge on that.
And a lot of people resonate with that dark, super dark, gory humor.
Dark, bordering on black humor, sometimes really brutal. No spoilers, but sometimes really brutal parts that,
Right. Even for Deadpool, there were some times where I was like, whoa, this is pretty rough, like, wow. So, and this might seem like a backhanded comment, but it definitely gets a 6.8. I know that's good. It sounds like I didn't enjoy this movie. I just can't give it a 7. Just because there were times where and this is my personal opinion, that the shtick kept beating the dead horse. It was the same kind of jokes over and over again. Was it funny? Yeah, it was funny. Was it cool? Yeah. Knowing that Deadpool can't die, knowing that Wolverine can't die, the action scenes, even though they were funny to watch, they had no gravitas. But that's the movie anyway. So it just, I cannot. It's not a movie that's supposed to be taken seriously, and since I can't take it seriously, it can't go any higher than a 7 or 7 at best.
Well, for me, I rate it somewhere between a 7 and an 8 because I guess more than you like stuff that's more over the top and kind of ridiculous. Mm-hmm. I do like it because a lot of the times when I watch super serious movies, because it's a movie, there's going to be some stuff that's not realistic. So my gauge for being able to accept it is lower. So that's why I like the baseline to be more ridiculous, like stuff like John Wick.
Right.
Because I know it's ridiculous. So if they make a mistake, it's like, well, who cares? Dude just fell down 100 flights of stairs and he's fine. So it's like, So yeah, I'm just more partial to over the top stuff when it comes to humor, action, all that kind of stuff. So that's why I rate it a little bit higher.
Okay. But we're going to get into the spoiler review.
All right, so we're done with the spoiler free. We have our review. We say it's recommended. We both have a thumbs up recommend, even though you rated it less than me.
Absolutely, it's definitely a must watch in the theater. It's fun, especially with a lot of people around that are Marvel fans.
Yeah,
if you have been able to be a purist and not see all the stuff that's in the movie before you go, you will definitely enjoy the movie more. And we will get to that in the spoiler review, I guess.
That's why I kind of don't even like watching trailers, period. Maybe a couple seconds. I can usually tell from a few seconds whether or not it's in my wheelhouse.
Well, to give them credit, I guess Warner Brothers or whoever the fart did, I don't know, not Warner Brothers, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Disney, Marvel Studios.
Still Disney. I don't know why I said Warner Brothers. But the only reason why I got privy to some of the cameos in the movie because I saw it on YouTube. Yeah. Motherfuckers were posting that out.
Yeah, I saw people were already making memes and stuff. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
Video, capturing the video on their phones and putting it on YouTube. I'm like, oh god.
Well, some of that stuff was in like full HD. Some of the clips I was, so people had already probably pirated it from other markets. But all right, I guess into spoilers. Mm-hmm. Spoilers.
Turn away now if you don't want spoilers. But I think most people have already seen the movie by now.
And I guess I'll put a timestamp to skip past it to the next movie review and skip these spoilers. And now, I thought it was so. I didn't know this. I don't think you told me. I think my friend Alex told me. I didn't know Gambit was from Louisiana.
Yeah, he's supposed
I
to
had
talk
no
like
idea.
that.
I thought they just did it as a goof, like a.
what's the
alternate
actor's
role.
name? Damn.
Channing Tatum.
Channing
That plays
Tatum
Gambit.
did a great job on the accent. I think he makes a good Gambit. I don't see Gambit is more slender than Channing Tatum is.
But I think it works.
It works. I'm not complaining, but if
It
you want to
works.
get very specific,
People say, "Oh, he's too thick to play." Well, it's like, I mean,
that's
it works.
true. Gambit was a very tall, lanky guy,
But it works.
but he's still tall and he's still lanky. But he nails the accent, and that's hard to do.
And I saw behind the scenes footage. Apparently, he actually went to like a karate school, or whatever, and learned how to do all that shit. He doesn't the flips and the jumping and the staff stuff.
Yeah.
He actually learned to do that. And
Yeah.
did it.
So I mean, the spoiler was Gambit does make an appearance, and talking to Aiden didn't even know who Gambit was. He's a young blood. He doesn't know who Gambit
Well, I
is.
know who he was because I saw him in And the only thing I had known him from was like pictures from in the comics and X-Men Origins.
Okay. Well, because I was referring to Gambit. Like, I always secretly loved Gambit. Always wanted him to have his own movie, but let's face it, even the Wolverine movies were Wolverine, but all the X-Men movies were Wolverine movies. Let's just face it, dude. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, yeah, I love Hugh Jackman, but I'm kind of over it.
Well, also, I think the reason that happened was because the idea of a cinematic universe, we have all these different that wasn't really as big, so they had to pick a guy to focus on.
That's fair. And Wolverine is an easy one to.
Because if that stuff had happened now, it would have been different. It would have been like, oh, you had the Iron Man movies and these. Because
the Avengers did it well.
Yes, but that wasn't
it's
really a thing at
difficult
the
to
time.
manage.
That idea wasn't quite a thing yet.
Screen time is tough to manage with all your different heroes and make sure they all get their character development. But you can do all your character developments in the individual movies.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in one movie, which, you would never been able to do unless you had an 8-hour-long Marvel movie. But
Yeah. And it was cool seeing Blade.
Oh,
that
it was
cool.
so
I
cool
love
seeing Blade. Unfortunately, that was ruined for me. I would have loved to have seen Blade in there because I kind of forgot that in Blade 3, that was a breakout action movie for Ryan Reynolds. Because Ryan Reynolds was a comedian actor. He did all these, remember Shenanigans? He did a National Lampoon. He was a funny comedian guy. Hence, he always kept his wittiness through his movies.
And apparently someone on the set of that movie told him, hey, you need to fight to get a Deadpool movie made because you are Deadpool.
Yeah.
You are like perfect for that character.
Yeah.
And he is. I can't imagine who the hell else would do that.
Yeah. He'll forever be Deadpool. I think.
Just like, well, it's funny because also Hugh Jackman will always be Wolverine. Like,
And I'm thinking about if they ever reboot X-Men, which I'm sure they will, maybe a decade from now.
Henry Cavill, the Cavalry.
How in the fuck are they gonna redo Wolverine? They should focus on Cyclops. Cyclops is a cool character.
They should focus on another one, but I kind of want to see the Cavalry.
Cavalry's
I want to
cool.
see the Cavalry.
But aren't we done with Wolverine? I mean, collectively, consciously.
The movie should be focused on someone else, but here and there they might want to have Wolverine in there. So he shouldn't be the focus anymore. Yeah. But like, if he's gonna be in there, give it to someone else. I think Hugh Jackman's kind of done with that.
Yeah, I think there was I like the plot of Deadpool was good. It moved along well. I'm actually fascinated with the time cops, the time police. What do they call those guys?
The TVM. Apparently it's something from Loki, the Loki show. Yeah.
Like, I really like that sort of lore. I really like that idea that there's these time cops that protect the timelines. I thought that was really neat. I always liked that piece of lore. Unfortunately, I've never seen Loki, so I can't speak to that. But it is a good premise, and I like it.
They did a good enough job of explaining it to you. You don't have to have seen Loki to get with, because they explain it.
Right.
One thing I did think was kind of weak about the movie is at the end, like, even with your healing factor, if you short circuit the antimatter and pro matter machine, you will die.
Well,
you
they have to give
survive.
you some stakes, or it's not fun to
then
watch.
They should have died.
Yeah, I know, but since they did together, since they held hands, but dude, but that's the point I was trying to get to earlier. Why is it 6.8? Is again, it's not a serious movie. It's a total satire. You're not supposed to take it seriously, but that can only go so far.
I thought it was weak.
No,
for me, even that was a little like that was weak.
Yeah, but you're supposed to suspend belief and enjoy the movie. It's everything is third wall breaks. It just is what it is.
The one thing I thought was crazy with that scene where it looks like they're about to get fried, I saw Wolverine's his shirt melts off, and you see him, I was like, okay, now that's for sure like a stunt
CGI
body.
Abs, CGI abs.
But then I saw a picture behind the scenes where Hugh Jackman's looking at an iPad, and it's not. He looks like that.
Man.
He looks like that. I thought for sure
shape,
this is
bro. I mean, sure,
a
they put some oil on him. They get the lighting right.
The lighting. He hasn't
Well,
had a glass
Homeboy
of water
worked,
in
man.
3 days.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Homeboy.
that's him.
Yeah.
That is him. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, dude. So it was cool. You know, I didn't know this, but of course, I think a lot of different actors, of course, they're characters, Marvel characters, were going to be in the film, or they were thinking like writing it in, and they asked Rodney Downey Jr.
To be
if he wanted to be Iron Man in the movie, and then he did not. He saw what was in the script, and he said no. Mm-hmm. So there was something they wanted to do to Iron Man. And he was like, "Fuck you, you know, I'm not doing that." And you know, I totally have respect for that because, I mean, at this point, Hugh Jackman's probably done playing Wolverine. He's getting, even though he looks amazing, but he's in his 50s. Yeah. He's done playing.
Well, he said he was done the last time. Right?
Yeah, but he did this as a joke, and that's cool. And I'm glad. You know, I'm sure him and Ryan Reynolds have a good working career. Yeah. I went on a tangent, but what I wanted to say about Blade 3 was that was Ryan Reynolds' breakout action movie, was being Blade's sidekick. So he worked with Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes, you know, when it comes to Hollywood, you know, you need other people to hand you a rope. Yep. And, you know, Wesley Snipes did that for him. And guess what? You know,
he pulled him back up.
You know, a decade or two later, he, you know, helps Wes. I don't know, man. I think that's cool. Blade didn't have to be in this movie. Nope. None at all. And he's just like, you know, and I thought that was really cool to see that camaraderie. Yeah. You know, Ben Affleck was in it. They talked about Daredevil, too. It was like, where's Daredevil? Because Elektra was in the movie.
Apparently they tried to get Nick Cage to be Ghost Rider in it.
That'd be neat. Yeah. I would love to see Nick Cage. Cool. I wonder, they probably couldn't fit him in or something like that. Isn't he supposed to be something else in a movie coming up? Oh, who's supposed to be the new Ghost Rider? I forgot. They actually cast somebody.
I didn't hear about
that. I heard it and I was like, interesting. Okay. Well, hopefully Marvel has learned a lesson and Disney has learned a lesson that going woke gets you broke. I mean,
they made a reference to it in the movie.
Yeah,
that won't go over well with the woke mob.
Yeah, like ooh. So I think they're realizing. I mean, dude, let's face it. We're going to talk about Alien was a Disney movie, and that movie rocked.
Well, Disney owns everything.
That movie rocked, and that was not PC whatsoever. It was just a horror movie, period, plain and simple, done deal. Yeah. You know, it was nothing. There was no agenda being pushed. There was no hand holding. Yeah. No placating.
I mean, it shows because you can have like a super, like Deadpool's a super fruity character.
Yeah,
but it's fine because it's not like like that scene with the dog. Where it's like, oh, come here. Like you can have it, and it not.
But see, like, it's funny because
it's not like preachy. He just
it's just funny, dude. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to feel preachy.
He's in the car. It's like I haven't been having a lot of vaginal sex lately.
Yeah, there was some good shit in that movie. It was funny shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're doing a shit sandwich with the script today, because next we're doing the Borderlands movie.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a shit sandwich.
This is the shit in the middle of the brioche bread.